Yeah. Cool. Good. Make the arms really floppy. Sweet. Everyone has got rhythm, Rob. But for me and my work, I'm looking at how being creative makes people happy, but a happiness that isn't like it's all just fun. You know, that happiness that comes when things are really hard and you find in yourself a way to keep moving forward. Look backwards. Side to side. And spin it. Good. Make your way into a circle. Right. There, and circle. Wow. How did you find out about it?
Friend?
Yeah, cool. Is your friend coming as well?
No, unfortunately it's a she.
Oh, yeah.
Say this for men.
That's right. So, how did you find out about the project, Nick?
I found out 5 minutes before last time. And I just got home from work. Katie said go.
Yeah.
So I do what I'm told.
Yeah, and she drove you here, didn't she?
Yeah, dropped me off, kicked me out. So bring it on.
Amazing.
Just another day for me.
So how did you find out?
I found out on Facebook and was recommended by my mental health people.
Yeah, cool. And that was that Amity?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, Amity and Essential Personnel.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to start dancing in a sec, but before we do that, we always start every session with just a check-in, which is just for me to know how you're feeling in this moment. So 1, feeling completely terrible, can't believe you got here, and 10, feeling totally amazing.
I guess I have to go 6.6 just to be a bit better than you.
All right, it's fine.
No, pretty knackered. No, got a new baby. So that's been interesting.
Probably about a 5 because I've been having anxiety attacks since about 3 o'clock.
Okay. Wow. That's pretty cool that you're here.
Yeah.
Well done.
I reckon I'm an 8. I think I came into town as a 5, and for each person that's walked through that door, that's added a 1. So
Just 5.
Yeah.
Sitting on the fence.
Just made it here. Yeah. The Beauty Index is dance. That's for ordinary men doing extraordinary things. It tracks this emotional arc from the start of the work, which is about contemplation and almost an ominous sense of the world being in peril. It moves through an anger and an intensity and a drive to try and carve space for each individual in this world that's pretty aggressive. There's a question in the show of, really, can this form of aggression keep going? The start of the show, very originally titled Intro. The intro, all this involves is walking. Then there is a duo between Carl's character. Carl plays this really intense, tortured soul. And then eventually there is a recovery of Carl's character, and this is a section all about beauty. And this is mostly performed by the guys from Denmark, but there's a section in it called The Bird, and you guys do that. Let's just start with the bird. Let's go straight to the beauty section of the show. I think you guys are up for that.
Bird is the word.
The bird is it. Let's learn the bird.
So that's like a warning sound, and then there's a doom. That's the bird. Offering. Barrel.
Everyone knows at the end we have to perform. We've got a job to do, and we have to help each other get there. I have lots of knowledge and skills around how to get you there, but you're the one that has to get there. You're the one that's going to do it, not me. Day 1, don't worry.
Yeah.
You're going to nail it. You'll be like in there so much by Friday. You know, Josh is really good at walking on his toes.
Yes.
I'm like, I should use that. You know what I mean? Have you walking on your toes?
I can't walk fully on my toes, but like.
No, just like, how do you like it?
If I don't get talking to first, I could not talk for 3 days, and it's be in my head.
How does that make you feel?
A mix between good and bad, because if I'm in my head, I'm working on things in my head. But it's also, I'm in my head. I shouldn't be in my head.
And can you like lean forward and like move your hand?
Yeah, I heard an interesting quote, funnily enough, off a video game today. Your head and your body are one, so if there's a problem with one, your body compensates. Yeah.
I don't see any of people's backstories when they come into a workshop. Josh has a history here in Moora. That history is part of how he knows himself and how other people know him here. And I actually go out of my way not to ask too much information about who they are and how they define themselves, because I just want to see them for where they're going to go next and what we're going to create together. What I see is someone that is super creative, highly imaginative, really loves to move, to dash across the stage. I am looking at him and going, what magic does this guy bring to this show? And how can I just simply make space for that? So we're just going to recap the bird. As the energy breaks down in the show, as the performers get tired, as Carl's character really starts to disintegrate, I am asking those men to pour love onto the stage. And I don't back away from that. This is a big moment. This is a big moment. And they just dance with this strength. It's not soft. There's a strength to that love and compassion. Yeah, anyway. So Rob, I am playing with this idea for the start of the 24 that has this kind of feel to it, but I want to add in this sort of slightly out of control feel to it for these guys, to get a sort of like little like thing going on.
Carla, is there a good out of control?
Yeah. It's like when you run sometimes down a hill. Like children run down a hill and they're out of control because they're not afraid of being hurt. So they run with abandon and just joy. And then as we get older and older, we become terrified of the fall. And so sometimes it is good to be out of control, to just run with abandon.
You can copy anyone that's inspiring you. Done. Have a rest.
Oh, well, when you're home, you're trying to be a role model. You're trying to set the record straight, so part of you is hidden away. But here, everything happens, you let go, let your guards down.
Great. Okay, so tonight we're going to do warm up, and then we are going to really spend a lot of time on what's called the 24, which was the thing that we started last night, which is your main bit, and it's the centerpiece of the show. Let's try this. So my legs are staying still. I'm just flailing my arms around. It's definitely a flail. But one arm goes up faster than the other. Side to side. Keep your arms in really close.
Yeah, just to loosen up, get to meet the guys, do something not formal, not always following procedures and protocols, but just be a child. Let the little child in me come out. Roll around, stretch those muscles that are almost dead, and just get to enjoy myself.
You know, my entire life, my job is about working out problems. This is about figuring out what music is to me. I don't know, it's sort of figuring out what feelings are, I guess, you know. It's a whole other set of feelings. It's sort of, yeah, unless you're dancing, it's hard to explain, I guess.
I said to Mum on the weekend, it's like, you know what I'm doing on Saturday? And she's like, what? And he's like, I'm doing sweet. Oh, I'm staying in bed and relaxing. I don't have to do anything on Saturday.
Well, compared to yesterday, I'm pretty wicked. I think my body was in a hangover mode yesterday. Yeah. And I thought I'd be sorer today. And that, I'm pumping, feeling pretty wicked. Yeah, I have to say 9.
I'm a tired 8.
Okay.
Sore spots, brain's tired.
Josh. Hi, Josh. Carl. Nick. Oh, Nick. NK. Nick, NK. I live here in Moora. I'm working in the healthy lifestyle programs in the coast. This is filling my soul.
Oh,
this
good.
is so cool.
Yeah. Great. Thanks for coming to check it out. So what we're working on is like the central section of the show, which they've only just choreographed last night. So it's all really like just finding our way and working out the details. So we're going to work on that first, and then we'll run sections of the show from the start.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes,
You put it together so quickly.
The Beauty Index does speak to mental health because good mental health is about achieving a sense of balance, but also a sense of confidence about when you are unbalanced, you have ways to come back to a feeling of balance. And the Beauty Index throughout the whole show, you see men tipping over the edge into, too far into one part or one action or one side of humanity, and then they struggle and they work to tip it back to a sense of balance.
See that in a dating site.
I love to sweat.
You know, I work 24/7. This is a good chance to not work, kind of like a good excuse that I'd, instead of watching TV, I can, yeah.
And is it what you were expecting?
No, I've done a bit of ballroom dancing before, but it's like completely different. It's sort of like ballroom dance is it's all about starting off the right foot. You have a constant beat, timing has to be perfect. This is all over the shop and nobody knows what they're doing. I feel like I'm working with a bunch of amateurs. It's okay, isn't it?
Kay and I work for Amity Health, and we're a non-for-profit organisation providing different health and community programs across the Wheat Belt and the Great Southern and across WA regional, WA country. And Kay runs a program for Aboriginal wellbeing and resiliency. I'm running a chronic disease and integrated team care program, and it's a really wonderful way to connect with the community and provide services where services are needed, responding to the community, patient-centred care, client-centred care. And Amity Health is really good at responding to what the community needs, so it's wonderful to be involved in this way in the Beauty Index project as well. so encouraging to see everyone, I guess, behind the scenes, encouraging each other, and really this kind of eyesight. You know, we're learning this, and we're doing it together. We're doing a really good job.
So a lot of people in Moora like sport, ball sports mainly, and more recently we've had yoga and Pilates and not dance. So this is fantastic, an experience in the creativity. But what they offer, if people are going through matters, then sometimes they may not have the social emotional strength to be able to stay as part of a team or turn up for training and sports. So with something like this, when you get a passionate person like Annette and Carl, who are driving and passionate, the passion really stands out. And when people are connected with a passionate person that they're interested in or connected, everything else goes by the way. They're hooked. And I think that's great.
Oh, that's good. This fits you good, this one. Wow. Really?
Today's the last day of the 5 days. So feeling good. I woke up this morning and I could actually move. I didn't actually do like I didn't fall, didn't struggle, I was perfectly fine. It's comfy.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
You would have got stronger and fitter in this week.
Normally my mum dresses me in the mornings.
That's fine. Let's put the skirt on and see.
More blacker.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just iron it. That's skirt. So, should we want to load some branches and poles, Carl?
Into that car.
Roll into whatever we're going to take to the photo shoot. And then I'll start doing makeup. Sometimes I am afraid that I will fail and this will fail. Sweet. I'm afraid all the time of that, actually. It's just that coaching myself through it and going, you're not this fear, you're not alone, it can happen, and it's not just you that has to make it happen. It's happening with all these other people. Every time is hard, and I can't be afraid, just like I'm asking those guys not to be afraid. We know, based on our lived experience, when people participate in making art, in being creative, it is better for their health. And we know at the end of the project, they talk about a couple of really key things for them. Always across 10 years of doing this work, they say, we pushed ourselves. This was challenging, this was hard, we pushed ourselves, we did it. We know these people now in our town that we never knew before. Thanks, guys. We've shared something that no one else has shared. We did this performance together. Right at the end of the show, it returns to this quiet contemplation that was at the start of the show, but now it's filled with hope and emotion, and the ascension of the branches and the poles, the props up into the air, is this feeling of lifting up, but also very grounded into the stage and the floor. It is an image that is about balance, and ultimately the beauty index is about balance. Is beauty useful? And when I started this project, I didn't really know the answer to that. Is art beautiful? What's the point of art in a world where people are doing terrible things to each other? The project has answered that question for me, because I see it in them, those men. What is the usefulness of art? Well, it's great for these men. It brings them together. It challenges them.